Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another forecast. Today, we are looking at this weather system that I talked about a little while ago, a few days ago, along with Tropical Storm Francine or Hurricane Francine. And now we're talking about it again now that these models have updated. Let's go ahead and continue on up a few days. As we can see, like from Tuesday to maybe to Wednesday, we have this tropical system, not tropical system. Oh my Lord, my brain is not working today. We have this system right here, this low pressure system coming in from the west, and for the looks of it, it could bring at least some severe weather from about the high plains into maybe the central and northern Great Plains. As we can see here, it kind of dips up to the north. This is a negatively tilted system, which means it's just going to pull a lot of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. And that's going to help create instability for hail and wind, and will also help create some spin in the atmosphere. And behind that, we have this second system just flying out of the Pacific Ocean, and this specific one will have will bring even more trouble for the Great Plains. Going into Friday into Saturday, we have this really odd looking jet stream that should bring severe weather from possibly from Wisconsin all the way down to northwest Texas. And looking at it now from maybe Friday into Saturday, as we can see here, it is still a strong jet stream and will pose a severe risk from the southern Great Plains up into the northern Great Plains. And as that one moves along, we have this other absolutely gigantic system coming in for late next week that we will also have to watch out for. Looking at dew points, currently we have 60s and a 50s, upper or mid to upper 50s to low to mid 60s across the plains currently. But right now, that is what's going to help fuel these storms going into next weekend. We see from Wednesday, well, actually, let's stop here for Tuesday into Wednesday. Along this boundary is when with that first shot of low pressure, that is where we can see some severe weather. And since it's not entirely in the 60s and instead mid to upper 50s, we could see some high elevated thunderstorms, which will bring damaging wind and even some hail. Tornado threat will be very low. Going into Friday, we we don't see very much moisture, but as we continue on into Saturday, we see that moisture have a sudden uptick. And notice where the blue and the green is. Notice how going into Friday and Saturday, the moisture increases, but as we continue, notice how it slowly starts to get sharper, as if that is where that boundary is, where those storms will eventually fire off. And that is what we are starting to see. And then obviously, as the system goes past us, the moisture will also slightly diminish and go further to the southeast. Looking at precipitation, let's go ahead and go through Tuesday into Wednesday. We do see this first system come through with that severe thunderstorm chance and even some snow, possibly for the higher elevations. But we can see here we do have these storms firing off. That will be the main concern for Tuesday. And then going into Wednesday, it starts to diminish. Maybe some isolated showers across the states. And going into Friday and Saturday, that's when we see this system kind of floating around Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado. And that should be the system that brings us the severe weather. And now we're going into early Saturday. We have this line of thunderstorms ranging from Texas all the way up to about Minnesota. Wait, southern plains up to the northern plains. My brain just doesn't want to work. And we can see how fast it kind of diminishes up to the north. But down in the southern plains, we'll have some more rain and thunderstorms and maybe some isolated severe weather, although I can't exactly rule that out. And as that continues off to the east, we'll see the rain chances continue into the southern plains. But going into late next week with this next system, it looks like we could see more severe storms erupt in the Midwest into the West Ohio Valley. And that is what we are keeping an eye on for next weekend and beyond. We stay tuned for any other severe weather possibilities. Tornadoes also might make their way into the forecast once again this fall. Snowfall amounts, we're not too sure, but it looks like some areas will be getting snow in those higher elevations. Stay safe and stay tuned.